Bumble is easily the worst dating app. First off, as a company, they support gun control. Second, they rely on women to make the first move when they almost never do. Even women know that making the first move is a man's job. Next.
Wait, why were you laughing, Sydney?
I don't know, like, that's a man's job to make the first move. I mean, like, I see how most guys do, but, like, I think, like, Bumble being, like, the one to, like, have women make the first move is, like, a nice kind of, like, switch in a way. But it does make things more complicated. I don't know. Just, like, how he kind of, like, labeled that was...
Here, yeah, well, he's not wrong, though. Like, did you want to come in, or... Oh.
Can I give my argument as to why it should be a deal breaker for a girl, or, like, how it's, like, a girl should maybe only accept if a guy makes the first move?
Let me go first, and then I'll have you come in. So, when it comes to Bumble, even it's a very token level of initiative that women will show on Bumble, because like I said previously, even though women have to message first, what they do is very different than what men do on different dating apps. And this has been my experience on Bumble, and I probably had over 1,000 matches on Bumble. So they will say, hey, how's it going? What's up? Because they have to. Mm-hmm. And as soon as they do that, the entire conversational burden shifts back to the guy anyways.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
So, like, yeah, they have to say hi first, but it's so token, it's almost irrelevant, because my experience on Bumble is they say, hey, what's up? How's it going? And then they expect you to just do what you would otherwise do if you were initiating. Mm-hmm. So it's a very token level of initiative. And I guarantee you, if I did what most girls do on dating apps, which is never move the interaction along, let me get your number. Let's go on a date Thursday. Are you free? Maybe one time I've had a girl be like, are you free Friday? Would you like to grab a drink? It's always me that has to do it. If I didn't do it, maybe we'd talk for 2 weeks and eventually she might do it. But my philosophy when it comes to dating apps, exchange a couple messages, you have to keep things moving pretty quick. There's no point having a pen pal for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm going to move it along. I'm like 3 messages. I'm like, you want to grab a drink? Do you want to get dinner? Whatever. Don't do dinner dates, guys. But so even though with the token initiative, they'll send the first message and they're still going to expect you to just ask for the date, plan the date, set the time, get the number, all these steps. So I suppose it's a step in the right direction, but it's kind of negligible.
Bumble's just like an interesting app, but like I do like how it kind of gives the women like the perspective to play with it. But I mean, I also like making the first move. Like I like initiating stuff more so, but I do understand how it's like it does like fall back, and I feel like it's almost like a way for women to like be able to like initiate like when they actually want to, if that kind of makes sense. But I haven't downloaded Bumble before. I've never done a Bumble. Like I've done like the Bumble BFF when I was like younger, but
yeah, I mean basically just the girl has to send the first message.
Yeah, which I mean I don't think is yeah.
There should be an app for more than that, but in any case, Tara, go ahead. You wanted to go.
So before you're like in a relationship with someone, basically every interaction you have with them, all of their behavior and their words is something I feel like you should be paying attention to. And so I like to have as a precondition that a guy approaches me first, because it indicates that if he doesn't have like the courage and self-confidence and self-assurance to take a risk and go out of his comfort zone by approaching me first because he thinks I'm worth it enough to take that risk in the first place of even just making himself vulnerable by approaching me and everything, then he doesn't have the level of courage and self-assurance that I'm looking for in a partner in the first place. So by having that as like a first line of like expectation, then I've already that's like, we talk a lot about like having standards, but it's not, it's so much more and way more like subtle than 6 feet, 6 figures, 6 inch, whatever. It's way more, you know, their character. And that's such an easy way to tell so much about someone's character and like, you know, have high standards in just that one act.
No, yeah, I totally agree with that, honestly. Like, I think everything she said was pretty spot on. Like, if you can't even, like, send the first text, it's like, really? It just doesn't make sense.
But, like, can I ask if you, like, want to talk to the guy, too, and, like, you have a crush on the guy or, like, want to reach out to the guy? Would you be willing to send that first text to initiate first? Or would you just want to, like, kind of, like, sit back and, like, wait for him to do it?
No,
I wouldn't.
I have. I've like just been like, hi. Like, it's just a simple little hey, hi, or like, you're hot. I don't know. Just any, like, it's not, I don't see it as like a big deal to like for me to do it. Obviously, I'd rather them do it first, but it's like, for example, like with Tinder, it's like if they've already swiped right on me and then I swipe right on them, it's like, I'm like, oh, okay, now we matched now that I was the one that took initiative. But it's like, sometimes if they're really hot, I'll be like, you're hot. And then that's it.
But would you ever take initiative to be like, oh, like, let's go for a drink sometime? Or like, oh, let's go. Why? Can I ask?
Just because it's like, I don't really, again, I don't use these dating apps that much, like, to actively, like, be dating people. So it's like, if you want to see me or something, then you can ask. But I'm not going to go out of my way to ask.
Well, here's the other thing. She doesn't have to.
Yeah, that too.
She doesn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if a guy doesn't, because girls don't really throw themselves at men the same way that men throw themselves at women.
Right.
So, like, as a guy, you need to take initiative. So women understand this. Women expect it to happen because that's just how the meta is. So why... You're in a stronger negotiating position if someone's chasing after you. Like, you're in a better position romantically. So why would you give up that power?
I don't know. See, for me, I find it the opposite.
Well, okay, that's a good point because like there is some power in like being the one to like take that initiative.
Yeah.
But also like when you have someone pursuing you, you are in a position of they want you.
Right. No,
like
I agree.
you're in a better power position, let's say. So so why nobody wants less power.
I don't know. For me, I think it's like, at least like my perspective, like as a woman, like coming into like one of the reasons that I like making the first move the most and why I enjoy doing it majority of the time.
You don't do it the most, Sydney. Come on. You do it, but you don't do it the most.
No, but like with like the people that I want to, yes. But then if I have like I have like guys in my DMs that I'm just like not interested in that are shooting their shot. But like if I like see a guy and I'm like interested and I go up and I talk to him, I find it more of like a more power move for me just because like guys don't get that shit a lot, you know? Like if you compliment a guy's haircut, he remembers that all week. Like guys don't
100%
get recognized
Right,
like that a lot. Right. So
Yeah.
I feel like if me as a woman like goes and like makes that first initiative and makes that first move, that's something that will throw the guy kind of like off a little bit and like
100%.
either A, leave him thinking about it or just be like, oh. And that for me is like my power move.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
Like,
I think,
yeah.
and I think one, if women do shoot their shot, actually your chance of it actually being successful is really, really high.
Yeah.
Whereas like most dudes, like honestly, you're lucky if like 10% of the girls you talk to or even want to talk to you.
Well, that's why I
Most
think like
dudes
just
get
little compliments
blanked.
too. Like even like random compliments like for a guy at a grocery store, like, oh, like your haircut or oh, like I like this, like something.
Sure.
They think about it all week.
Men almost never like
Exactly.
men never get complimented. So you say all week, like a dude who doesn't get a lot of compliments, and if you compliment him, he'll remember that shit for
Yeah. Because like think about like us as women, like our girlfriends are complimenting us constantly and like guys don't have their homies being like, oh, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just like kind of like my